All right, this is going to be part two, and we're going to talk about our contribution, our HSA contribution, and we're also going to talk about how we can find our doctors in the network in this session. One thing I want to clarify is that just a reminder that in this new plan, we do have access to both Cox and to Mercy. And so something that we've thrown out is that you had to make a decision, and apparently Drew just clarified that it's a case by case situation. So it's a great plan benefit to be able to choose, and any of your relatives that have Cigna outside of this cohort will not have that option. So this is something that's unique to MUHP in this region. And so just want to clarify that, and please ask questions if you're confused about it. So go ahead, Drew, and tell us about
right.
our contribution.
Handoff. So the good news is, with the transition to Cigna, we were able to hold the rates exactly where they are in the HSA plan. So you'll see some similar numbers to last year. The premium on the HSA 4000 and the HSA 2600 did not go up a bit, nor did the district contribution. So everybody will still get the same amount that they're currently used to, assuming they enroll in the same HSA plan. So you've got $64 a month of board paid district contribution going in on this plan, and 23 here. The OAPN, the HMO replacement, the premium on that went up a little bit. So it's a little bit steeper buy-up than people are used to seeing in the past, but that deals with, that was necessary because of all of those network improvements. So, and one of the things we talked about, just as a reminder, for those of you that are not eligible to actually have the health savings account, but if you take the high deductible plan, in lieu of that board paid HSA contribution, the district will put some money into a flex savings account for you. So that $64 a month or that $23 a month would go into a flex spending account. The IRS has some limitations on how much the district can put in to your flex account under those situations. And the maximum they can do is $500 in any calendar year. So if you're one of the people that takes the HSA 4000, your flex contribution from the district will actually be capped at $500. You won't get the full benefit of that. So just be aware of it. It's not a way where we're trying to penalize anybody. It's simply IRS regulations. So be aware of that. The other thing that I've lost my train of thought. What else were we going to talk about?
I think maybe we should definitely clarify that there is a difference between flex and HSA accounts. And I think if you've been on an HSA, you probably realize that, but if you're getting ready to go to an HSA for the first time, there are differences. And the only reason why you would have a flex account at this point in time is if you're not eligible, IRS eligible for the HSA bank account. And I just want to clarify that if you take out the HSA 4000, notice that the school district is typically going to, if it's an HSA account, they will contribute $768. But the school district is only going to put in the IRS maximum into your flex account of $500. And so after we hit that $500, there will be no more contribution made to the employee per IRS regulations. So last year we paid out a stipend to make up the difference. That will not happen this year. Is that clear? Did I make that clear?
I think so. And then obviously the people that are on the OAPN or the PPO 3500, you are absolutely 100% eligible to do the flex spending accounts, but that's on a voluntary basis. And the only other thing I would remind people is that it is your responsibility to know whether you're eligible for a health savings account. We're going to do everything we can to ask you the right questions. The American Fidelity guys are going to do everything they can to ask you the right questions, but ultimately it is the employee's responsibility. It's between them and the IRS to know whether or not they're eligible for the account, and also to stay within the contribution limits. Jan and the district as a whole, we do a pretty good job of trying to keep an eye on those contributions and trying to make sure about people's eligibility, but ultimately it comes down to the employees. So I think that's probably...
Yeah, and I just want to specify, even if you do not qualify for the HSA account, you can still have the HSA coverage.
Correct. Very, very important distinction. The health insurance, the high deductible plan, the Cigna benefits are absolutely 100% separate from the banking arrangement, from the actual savings account. So there are lots of people that may take the high deductible health insurance that are not eligible to actually open the bank account, and that's okay. They're two separate things.
And I just also want to point out before I forget this that we did not have the HSA 2600 last year.
Oh,
correct.
my mistake.
That was added that when we got rid of the PPO value.
Okay. Got too many districts swimming around in my head. Thank you for that clarification. Good plan. $2,600 deductible instead of the $4,000 deductible, and a little bit higher premium, so a smaller HSA contribution. But just a different choice for those of you that may not be comfortable. It's a better jumping off point for somebody that maybe hasn't tried an HSA in the past. So still very good coverage.
Okay. Drew, show us how to find a doctor.
All right. So until you have your ID card, the best way to look up providers is going to be right here at Cigna.com. And you'll see right here across the top it says Find a Doctor. You're going to click on that. And then this orange box, I get my plan through work or school, click on that. And this takes you right into the search. And you'll see this is going to be the same search tool that we're going to use for the Cigna Dental. You would just click on this tab if you're interested in looking for a network dentist. But your choices here are doctor, hospital, or pharmacy. So we're going to put in West Plains or wherever it is that you're planning on searching. And then the important part is this very next step. Right here, select a plan. Click that little purple radio button, and we're going to go into select a plan. And for right now, we're talking about the medical, so you click on medical. Here's the important part. All of the plans are built on this OAP network. Don't click on the HMO if you're on the OAPN. And there's two choices here. It's the top choice. I'm not exactly sure what this with CareLink is. That's not the one we have. We want to click on OAP, that first choice there. And then you can go right over here and search for whoever you need to search for. On the dental, same thing. We want to pick a plan, and we're going to go down here and choose dental plans. If I can drive correctly here. And it'll search then the dentist. We'll transition, I think, into talking more about the dental here. Is that going to be our part 3?
That'll be part 3.
So the other thing that I'll remind you on the network search for doctors, through this Cigna.com portal, we're never going to be able to see those Cox providers. You're going to have to use the My Cigna app through the phone. And I understand not everybody is technology comfortable with that. If you're not comfortable with that, just call us or check with Jan. We'll search and make sure and verify those providers for you. But if you will download the My Cigna app, and even do it now before you get your ID card, and then once you get your ID card, create your member account through My Cigna. Once you are into My Cigna, because of your ID number, it will know that you're an MEUHP member, and they are going to build a custom network directory for MEUHP members in Southwest Missouri that it will search, and you'll be able to find those Cox providers through that My Cigna app on your phone. And that's the best way to search for providers, because then you don't have to do this thing where you're selecting a network or picking a plan. It will automatically, by default, know that you are in this OAP network, and it'll automatically search that. And it will search that custom directory that includes the Cox providers for those MEUHP members. And as a reminder, we're trying to verify this, but I'm pretty sure the ID card will actually have a Cox logo on there to remind everybody that you have the choice between Cox and Mercy. So don't let it overwhelm you. Get us involved if you have questions or getting frustrations. But any Cox affiliated provider will be in network for the MEUHP plans. It's a custom arrangement between the MEUHP and Cox. It's outside of Cigna. Cigna will administer it. It's all going to run through your health insurance, but it's a custom contract between MEUHP and Cigna. And actually, a similar contract exists right now in Southwest Missouri for all the O'Reilly Auto Parts employees. So if anybody knows an O'Reilly person, it's no different than what they have there. So
okay, I just want to specify one more time that as opposed to last year, regardless of what plan you pick, the networks are the same.
Correct. There is no difference anymore There's no distinction, no network limitations on the HMO replacement, which is that OAPN. So all 4 of the plans that are offered are going to be built on the exact same network. You have access to nationwide providers, worldwide providers, and network providers throughout the state. So there will be no concerns about that.
All right.
Big improvement. Big.
All right. Shoot me an email if you have any questions.